Live from Channel 12, Arizona's leading news station, this is Action News.
Good morning, Arizona. This is Action News Today for Friday, October 30th. I'm Rick DeBruhl with Sherry Brown and Ed Phillips.
In the news this morning, no doubt, in northern Arizona.
It will be breezy today and quite windy tomorrow. The high temperature today is expected to reach the mid-80s. Ed Phillips will have a forecast a little bit later in the program.
First, our news this morning, a $100,000 to the building.
The Phoenix Union High School Board has chosen West High as the site for the district's new vocational education program. The board made the decision after more than 2 hours of discussion last night. Ken Montoya reports the final decision was a compromise.
The Phoenix School Board wanted
the Pepsi-Cola sign.
Well, Sherry, the standoff continues at the Pennsylvania State Prison. At least 4 armed convicts are holding 38 people hostage. The tense situation has dragged on for more than 30 hours. Police say they still don't know what the convicts want, but they are willing to wait as long as it takes to get the hostages out alive. There is another apparent hostage impasse in Costa Rica. 19 heavily armed hijackers are holding 7 people hostage aboard a plane. The hijackers are demanding the release of 7 Nicaraguans from Costa Rican prisons. They've threatened to kill 1 hostage every hour unless their demands are met. The Costa Rican government is reportedly ready to give in.
Well, Rick, 2 freighters won the right to strike last year.
You will soon be paying 2 to 3 cents more for every gallon of gasoline. OPEC ministers agreed yesterday to a $34 a barrel price for crude oil. The oil-producing countries have promised that this will be the last price increase until 1982. Some other economic news this morning, and it's not getting any better. The government's leading economic indicators show the average American worker put in 1 hour less on the job during September. Stock prices saw a 9% drop, and new orders for U.S. manufacturers were down by $1 billion. Overall, the figure showed a 2.7% decline, the biggest drop in 17 months. It all adds up to a recession and a delay in the economic recovery.
That we are in the midst of a mild recession.
Secretary of the Treasury Donald Regan last night blasted what he called negative attitudes towards President Reagan's economic program. Regan said the recession will come to a swift end. That would be good news for American car makers and sellers if it happens. Their industry suffered heavy losses from July through September. Chrysler announced yesterday that it lost about $150 million for the third quarter of 1981. The other big 3 automakers also reported major losses. They are blaming the shape of the economy for the sales decline. Chrysler President Lee Iacocca says despite the loss, his company is making dramatic financial progress.
Well, I think probably...
Yeah, sorry.
But
they're out trick-or-treating tomorrow night. No rain. Fairly nice.
No rain, just maybe a little jacket or sweater to keep warm.
Okay, thank you. 10 minutes before 7 o'clock. If you occasionally exceed the speed limit when you're in a hurry, you should think again. There's some food for thought in today's It's Your Law Too.
It's Your Law Too.
If you have questions about the law, write to It's Your Law Too, care of Channel 12, Post Office Box 711, Phoenix 85001.
9 minutes away from 7 o'clock now. Coming up, Los Angeles will celebrate today.
And the city behind the Iron Curtain is the host of the best female cyclists in the world.
1,000 balloons, blue and white balloons.
It's been a long dry spell for us Dodger fans. Well, the finest women's cyclists in the world hit the course in Part 5 of our series on the World Cycling Championships in Prague, Czechoslovakia. Although racing a shorter course than the men, the women provided just as much excitement, as Jim Benneman reports.
Thank you, Diane. We'll now go down to your opponent, John Ahern, who is with Bill Blannon.